What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I am back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action. Spawning in the bottom of the map, in the red color, playing as Gaia. His name is Laior. His opponent today, in the top of the map, playing as Zeus. His name is Brickhead. Brickhead, Zeus. That does not make any sense. Brickhead playing Zeus. Normally he plays Thor. I actually haven't seen him play anything but Thor. But he's playing Zeus. This is a tournament match. RTS-Sanctuary Christmas Tournament group stages. So either Brickhead is already through to the next round and he doesn't care, and he's just messing around with Zeus, or he believes his Zeus is better than his Thor on this map against Gaia. So Laior playing Gaia. Gaia's been significantly buffed in the Voobly Balance Patch 3.0. She's got access to very strong automatons. So Leto, not sure exactly what the god's called. I think it might be Leto. Don't know. Basically, the automatons are stronger, but more importantly, the economic guild functions the same as the Thor armory. So Gaia has access to heroic age economic upgrades in the arcade cage. So that means you can get a really far ahead in the economy really quickly. Especially with citizens, which get the extra. You can't produce as many citizens, but their bonuses are better or something. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but it's definitely very good for Atlantean to have access to that. However, this is the water map. We're probably not going to see the automaton god. We're probably going to see Leto or it's Oceanus. I'm so confused. I don't know. It's one of the two. I get them very confused. Oceanus and Leto. So we're probably going to see the Atlantean god, which gives you the servant as an extra myth unit, so that you have that to add to your water battle. Zeus, on the other hand, has got basically two options. To go Hermes, cast Ceasefire, grab a second town center, start booming. Why? I mean, you could go do a lot of things with Hermes, like fast heroic, get Skylar, etc. Or Athena and fight for the water kind of normally and just out micro your opponent. Anyways, for those guys that don't know who this is, Laior, he was, I believe, the leader of the KorN clan before it got dismantled. If you haven't heard of the KorN clan, they put on Age of Mythology Nilla tournament back in 2009, which was the only tournament which both King and Magyar played together. And they ended up in the finals and they played against each other. I believe Magyar won, but the series was super close. I think it was on the edge of where Magyar got into his prime and King had come out of his prime. He hadn't played and he trained for the tournament. So it's not the fairest of comparisons because Magyar was already in shape and King had to get back into shape. But it is what it is, and that was the result. Magyar, the undisputed greatest of all time, is pretty safe to say nowadays. It's kind of like Michael Jordan is Magyar, and then LeBron was like Kareem, if you watch basketball, Kareem, or like Magic or something. I don't know. Someone who's really good from the era beforehand, but just not quite up to scratch when they got to play each other. Anyways, seeing that second dot coming up for Brickhead. Does that mean he's going to be advancing? It looks like he's sending fishing ships back to his base, so he wants that extra food. It looks like he's advancing, and he's going through Athena. Super interesting, Athena. The other option is that he might be wanting to do some sort of a land attack with the Minotaur. There we go. I didn't even see it on the map. I just was like, oh, it could be a thing. So he's going to be getting favor. You can actually get the Minotaur upgrade, and that makes your Minotaur cheaper for food. So you can spend your wood on that, and then you get cheaper Minotaur with food. They're also stronger as well, but they're cheaper. We'll see what he does choose to do, but it looks like he's going to pop out a Minotaur straight away, and then some barracks. You want to send villagers down both sides, though. Has Laior spotted this is more important. He has not spotted it, but there is this. I don't know if that actually shows up or not, but you can see that there is a Greek foundation here. But it looks like he had it spotted, but he's turned around. So Laior going through Oceanus. Oceanus must be. Yep, this is the servant god. So Oceanus is the servant god. Leto was the automaton god. We just see the servant coming out, and we see triremes coming up straight away. Athena coming out now for Brickhead as well, and he's going to be throwing down a military academy. We do see that the Oracle has been spotted and does get killed. Laior not attack. Oh, he's sending stuff in now, and we do see another Oracle Scout coming in here. Is Brickhead going to spot that one as well? Not spotting it. Looks like everything has been scouted on this side. We definitely need Brickhead definitely needs to come in now and start putting barracks on this side. Send a village down there and start the other side as well. This fight going to come in now. We're going to start seeing him pick off sentry towers. Laior does not have access to automaton, so defending against this is going to be really difficult. He is striking down counter barracks right now while he's trying to pick off all of these fishing ships. Laior still has access to his carnivora, and he can chuck that down and start harassing some of these Minotaur. And we do see that Jason's now coming out, more hoplite coming out, picking off this other Oracle Scout. This Sentry Tower is going to fall. It's not protecting anything though. This is the location that is actually the most dangerous here. If Brickhead can get over onto this location here and stop villagers from sneaking up onto this gold mine, he's going to be able to get a really strong gold staff. Alternatively, he could just switch into the water right now and then take out these two docks with his Minotaur and take out all of these with his boats. That would be exactly what he's doing. This guy, he just knows. He's so good. So he's only produced. They should not be auto queuing hoplite anymore. But he's only produced a couple of hoplite here, and he's had some villager delayed thing. Maybe he's got the auto queue set up so that his villager gets spent first. That's why it's okay to keep building hoplite. Anyways, we do see that trireme now coming out. They are focusing down the buremes here. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not at this point to have come out, but I guess moving in and trying to pick off these guys, you can use restoration as well. We do see that there is a Terma here, a hero Terma picking off the Minotaur, so that's really, really good for Laior. That's gonna slow down this push quite significantly. However, the Minotaur is going to be retreating away. Unfortunately for him, he's been bumped a couple of times by some hoplites. Does not get away for free. Does not get away without taking some heavy damage in his life. We do see a little bit more fighting coming on over here. We're going to see Brickhead start microing a little bit here. Laior should not be fighting under this location. He needs to be defending and securing this location. There's so many villages on gold right now for Laior. Not sure I fully understand that decision. We do see that the hoplite and the Minotaur not hitting the watchtower just yet, but there is a Cairo Ballista coming out now in order to start spraying those hoplites. Cairo Ballista kill hoplites off so quickly. So Brickhead's going to have to retreat now. I reckon he should just give up on this land aggression and focus 100% onto the water. And then go from there, because Laior's not committed to the wood at all. So we've got two villages on wood, and he does have hand axe and pickaxe, and he's chucking up another mana because he is pop blocked. And we can see he's going to move in here. You don't want to move too close to these buremes because they're going to pick off your units. Pretty quick smart. However, there is a nice fight going on here. There's nothing garrison inside the docks. We do see a restoration going on now. I don't like this at all. Just save your units. You don't want to just throw them away for no reason. We do see a carnivore coming out now. Bolt being cast on that straight away. See all of these buremes getting picked off now by the triremes, but the land army getting picked off for Laior. Laior actually coming out a little bit ahead in this game or this fight. So Brickhead's got his fish back, but he's lost his army, and Laior can now start pushing back into what Brickhead has right now. Brickhead needs to think about retreating back into his base, getting that second town center, and maybe even giving up on the water or something in order to delay himself losing the land. I have no idea, to be honest, what he's going to be doing. If we jump back over to Brickhead's perspective, he's got no resources in the bank. He's spending them all on triremes, so he's gone hard. Very, very hard on the land. This is a really nice fight here if he can get these triremes over here in order to fight against the human units of Laior. But Laior's going to chill a little bit, maybe move over here, clear off this location. Brickhead's got so much favor right now. It's not very good for him. He probably could have just taken these villages off of favor and put them onto something else. Now we're going to see a little bit more fighting over here, keeping these triangles on the shore front in order to pick off all of what Laior has. Laior is going to be pushing Brickhead back, and he's going to be totally fine now. Really nice play by Laior. Laior's now got the decision on what to do, and it looks like he might want to consider putting some villagers onto food. Might be an idea. If you get some villagers on food and get a second town center, third town center. But at this point, it looks like he's throwing away his advantage. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that at all. Take some villagers off here. You've got like basically almost 1,000 of both resources, and this is not good. Too much micro, not enough macro. If you're new to this game and you see these high-level players doing all of these really cute things with their army, I tell you what. Just ignore it. Just focus on your macro for the time being until you feel confident you can keep it going while doing the cute things with your army. That's what you need to get to. That's where you need to get to. Otherwise, you fall into this trap where you have 700 wood, 1,000 gold, and not much else. We just see still more boats coming out, so it looks like Laior really wants to hold on to this land. We just see a little bit of a raid coming in here, but Odysseus is out, and he's going to be able to deal with these Mermillo pretty easily, especially if they're getting town center fire. We do see a little bit more micro. This Haladriad's coming in now to start healing off some of these units, but looks like Brickhead's going to have to move back. All of these military units have been picked up. We do see a couple of villagers moving up here onto the berries, and as I said, Odysseus picks off all those Mermillo. Unfortunately for Laior, not paying attention to his Mermillo raiding force there, and he does lose them all pretty much for free. These fishing ships need to get back to work. There's a couple of idols, and we do see that the gold mine has expired for Laior. So now basically Brickhead has an opportunity to leave the water and just completely go for the gold stuff. Send some villagers down the side and then start just like producing a bunch of Toxtos and Hippocon. Toxtos, Hippocon, and Hoplite would probably be the best option. You get all three is always good. But still, there's a fight going on in the middle. It is going in the favor of Laior. Laior does have that advantage of having the Carnivora, which basically gives him one free kill, and also means that your opponent has to move like 3 or 4 ships. So it's like 3 or 4 ships worth of ceasefire for like 5 seconds or something. So you get a lot of free shots. It's pretty cool if you think about it that way. And we do see nice micro here by Laior. He's picking off the right ships. There's a bunch of low HP ones. If you're playing this game, you can actually highlight your opponent's ships and see which ones are low HP. There's also a UI thing that shows you which ones are low HP, but I kind of feel like that's a little bit cheating because it's not in the original game. But alas, it is there, and you can have it, you can use it, but I prefer to highlight your opponent's units just to see what's going on. But it looks like Brickhead's still holding on over here. Still no second town center just yet. We do see that Laior's army is coming in now, picking off this temple and the military academy, which is good. His villagers have gone to the top side of the map. He should delete a manor and then rebuild the manor just because the population is sitting out. He should also build another 3 docks or something. Is that what is going on with this villager? No. If you build another couple more docks, then you can produce these bareems so much quicker. You've got so many resources and you can afford it. Same thing with Brickhead though. Like, I never understand this, why people play this map and then don't build that 3rd dock. But it seems like he's spending all of his resources, and his resources aren't coming out that quick. He is putting more villages, he is building more hoplites. Decided to stop that. It's kind of not really any use there. I much prefer to see stables and Hippocon coming out. They cost less food and they do a lot more good stuff. We do see that this Carnivora is going to be picked off right now. It's going to fade into that ocean. A little bit more fighting going on now on the water. So you just keep doing this. It's not going to go anywhere. We do see that 3rd dock has come up now for Laior, so I like that. Brickhead needs to follow suit if he wants to keep up with the production, but maybe his economy is not quite there. I mean, it's funny, like, Laior could be so much further ahead if he just grabbed 2 town centers. Put more villagers onto gold. His economic management is awful this game. He isn't even auto-queuing villagers anymore, which is not good, but maybe he'll check. And we do see that Brickhead's micro is very, very strong at the moment. He's pulling villagers back, and it's not villagers, triremes back, and catching Laior out, and he's going to win this fight very, very handily, very, very well. We jump over to Brickhead's perspective, sitting at 88 population to the 97 population of Laior. So Laior's a little bit ahead. However, he's got most of his units over here, whereas there's not that many here. There's not that many infantry units. So he's winning the water, but potentially could be losing the land. It's about that time on this map where gold mines start expiring for Greek. It's about 12 minutes. Because they don't have to have as much gold as normal on a land map, the gold mine lasts a little bit longer, normally 10 minutes. 10 minutes 30 is when a Greek player's gold mine expires on a land map, but on a water map, it's more like 12 minutes 30. So that's when you want to start looking for gold stars. We do see that second town center is going up. That's going to protect his gold mine completely, and he's going to be totally fine. We see another bit of a push in for Laior. He feels like his army is sitting in a pretty strong situation right now. He does have 21 archer ships, and he does cast that carnivore down. And look at that, we do see that the spread, nice spread from Brickhead. However, losing that one ship as well as a bunch of more free HP loss because he's not firing back. A bunch more ships falling for Brickhead. Laior pushing in now. He's going to be killing off everything he possibly can at this point. And it looks like it's going very, very well for Laior. He's going to take this water. However, with the town center going up for Brickhead, that's going to allow him to boom himself. We do need to see Bareem stopping producing like about 2 minutes ago, but he's still producing them. You need to swap this and start building. He has stopped it. He's going to start building fishing ships, get Purse Scene. No? Not getting Purse Scene? You need to get that upgrade. That upgrade's so good. Maybe you can get it from his granary. No? Economic guild. And we do see a little bit of a raid coming in here. He's going to be attempting to prevent this town center from going up, which is definitely something that you need to be worried about for Brickhead. If I was playing Gaia, you want to send a villager up here and build an economic guild or a barracks next to it so that you can doubly stop this being built. If you build that, you get the Gaia Lush. Gaia Lush can't be built on, and that definitely includes town centers. Brickhead, on the other hand, he's sitting in a pretty awful situation right now because he doesn't have that much wood in order to transition into farms, which he needs to do right now because his pigs have run out. Oh, he needs producing the farm, so he's kind of fine. He does need to get plow and husbandry. If you only get plow, you're still missing out on about. I think the math was 11%. It's just because the villagers do so much walking distance in between the farm and the town center that it's somewhere between 7 and 11%. I can't remember the exact stat that husbandry gives you an effective bonus when you have plow as well. So it's pretty huge. If you don't have it, you're gonna lose out on quite a bit of food income, and it's pretty cheap as well. And we do see he is grabbing it. Just a little bit late, but that's fine. It's totally cool. You do you. And we're going to see some more villages getting produced, some more walls going up. I would like seeing good wall placement, not lots of wall placement, if that makes any sense at all. We'll let that be up to your imagination. We see that third town center now coming up for Laior. I'm always amazed at how slowly 3 villages build one town center. I feel like 3 citizens should build a town center at the same rate as 9 villages build a town center, but I don't think they do. It's a little bit slower. And you can't really see how long the build time is, can you? No, I don't know. I don't even know what BP means. Alrighty then, dock getting picked off. The water has been completely and utterly destroyed. So Brickhead losing the water. He has to deal with the boosted economy of a Gaia player grabbing grabbing the extra fish, also grabbing that third town center before him. So he's very behind on economy, and Laior's going to be thinking about going straight to that mythic age as well because his economy is so strong. We do see Thayer is the god of choice. Thayer gives yourself Hesperid's tree as well as Stymphalian birds. So Stymphalian birds are a great counter towards myth units for Gaia because they get a bonus damage against myth units, and they also can't be killed too easily. Only Odysseus can really deal with those Stymphalian birds. So once you have like 3 or 4, you can just micro them back, kill them off with like Arcus or something, kill off Odysseus with Arcus or Caraballista or something of that sort, and then you can make your push and not have to worry too much about that. Because I was going to say, Brickhead's probably got a chance to start nassing myth units and really picking, or really making it difficult for Laior to deal with this army simply because he can't have, his heroes are pretty weak. Gaia's heroes are very, very weak, but that's not it's not gonna be an issue because Laior's got so much favor and so much wood. It doesn't need that much gold, but he's got so many resources. He's grabbing masons now, so he doesn't have to deal with like hoplite raids, and still producing some of those juicy villages. Always build villages, always build houses, and you'll be golden. We do see an armory coming up for Brickhead, so Brickhead's now going to be thinking about going to that heroic age. Wouldn't be surprised to see Dionysus over Apollo, though Apollo is probably pretty good. Can pick off a lot of stuff within Apollo, especially with when your opponent's not producing manas right next to your gold miners. However, Dionysus would also be interesting in order to take back the water or harass the water with Skylar, just because they're so strong and those Bareems are going to get deleted at some point. But Laior, I'm interested. He's not quite gone to the Mythic Age yet, but he doesn't have the food either. Market is going up in the top corner. He's going to start producing llama caravans. And Palace is going up on the front of Brickhead. So Brickhead's going to have to basically get to the Mythic Age in order to come back into this game. Still, he's going through Apollo, so he can cause some shenanigans with Apollo. He's going to send this Pegasus out and start scouting around, see where he can cast it. Casting it here to block off the villagers walking through, moving your units over to this side over here, then he can potentially kill off every single one of these gold mines. I'm not sure if that's exactly what happens with Underworld, or if you can sneak by, but I reckon it could be incredibly strong. But this Pegasus has been scouted, but I don't think it's going to get picked off just yet. Looks like the Bareems not quite going to be enough. He does scout that there is a forward build over here, which is nice for Brickhead. Brickhead does know there's a gold mine over in this location as well, but he's going to get hit. So this is the thing about Underworld, which people don't realize. If you're getting attacked, you can't really use it. So as soon as you see your opponent go Apollo, just start fiendishly hitting them, and because Laior's economy is so strong, you can pretty much just keep fighting. And now we do see the Mythic Age is coming through. We do see Atlas is the god of choice. What does he give? You get Implode and Argus. So Argus are basically a melee version of the Medusa. So they're very, very strong against the Greek late game Hephaestus. So basically they can one-hit the Colossus, so Colossus are no longer any good. However, Bellerophon basically one-hits the Argus. That being said, there's also access to Implode, which is a game-ending god power. So if you're ahead and you use it on the location to take it down, you can continue to be ahead. In fact, start winning. So Brickhead, on the other hand, looks like he's also going to be attempting to go to the Mythic Age. He does not have an armory up yet. He's just decided to build 2 armories instead of a market. There we go. The market is coming up now, which is not good. Not good at all. You want to get that one up as soon as possible. And it's been a couple of maybe a half a minute before he started building that one. Maybe he didn't realize that's exactly what he was doing. But as I've said in many other videos, Greeks want to skip the heroic age. If they boom in the classical age, they can skip the heroic age, go straight to the mythic age, start getting those armory upgrades. Now we can build those 2 armories. He's got 100 favor, so plenty of favor in order to do all of that good stuff. Now he's going to send some of these Pegasus over in order to start looking for an Apollo. Potentially Apolloing this location and killing off the town center is a vibe as well. And then you're probably going to trade it for this, to be honest. It's not going to be too good. But then you can come back and retake it as well. Now we do see that Alice has been grabbed there, but he's scouting out with Caraballista. He's going to be able to... No, he's not going to be able to actually do any damage to these Caraballista with the... with the Pegasus with the Caraballista. Now we can see some medium destroyers coming in now. Going to be attempting to pick off this town center, a palace up in the face of Brickhead. So Laior's got a lot of stuff going for him. He might want to think about getting a palace over here and a wall. He's got this villager here mining away, and if you just wall and then build another palace, it'd be pretty good. We see a bunch more units coming in right now, trying to pick off this town center. At a point, if you just cast Implode, it's going to die, especially with all of these units here. Boom, Implode, keep the attacks going, kill off this location, a bunch of these units come out damaged or dead. Then send all your army in. He does need to kill off these guys though. Oh, do we have some... We do have naval auxiliaries coming out right now, so these siege Bareems are going to start being able to kill off this fortified town center. As Brickhead manages to defend this location over here, he's going to start repairing it. Hephaestus coming out, so he's going to be able to get that palace down, get that Forge of the Olympus, and start getting some armory upgrades. You see, he does have none. He has no armory upgrades. Laior, on the other hand, if we check out his army, he's got all of the bronze upgrades, so he's gonna fall a little bit behind if he doesn't start producing that extra armory. So you got the 1 armory, build 2 more armories, and then start smashing out your economy. It doesn't matter that your opponent got them for cheap because you're so far ahead in the economy. We do see that this push is still happening. The Fire Siphons now come out. Fire Siphons have been significantly buffed. They were such a terrible siege unit and it was just laughable. But now for Atlantean, buying Fire Siphons is very viable. And they can start tearing down buildings really easily. That's why I thought that maybe a wall over here and taking out this location would be a good idea. Now we do see some of these Pentacontists coming out now for Brickhead. Brickhead has cast out Hephaestus. He is grabbing Forge of Olympus. He only has 2 armories though. I hate seeing 2 armories. I want to see 3. build 3 armories. Now we do see that Bellerophon is out, so it's going to continue. That's going to be able to defend against any sort of harass from Laior with Fire Siphon. So he can just jump in and pick him off, just kind of like he picks off everything else. You see the Pegasus is geared up right now in order to cast Underworld over here. You can't cast Underworld on Gaia, but you could cast it here and then go for the attack, or here and then go for the attack. And Bellerophon kind of just running around there, a little bit of not knowing what to do for Brickhead. Brickhead now, oh, he's pulled, no, don't pull them on the same thing, you silly goose. Town Center does fall for Brickhead now, so Brickhead has to somehow win back the water, which is why I thought maybe he might go Scala. I didn't really notice this was so close, but Scala, just in order to win the water, is generally a good idea. We do see the Bellerophon moving in now, attempting to pick off this this Fire Siphon. There's a lot of watchtowers though, so Bellerophon going to be taking quite a bit of damage. Now seeing Myrmidon coming out, they are heavy, so they do a lot of damage. We do see that Underworld is coming out now, so it looks like he's going to be attempting to do some sort of trade here. I don't like this at all. You want to be repairing this, you want to be chucking up some towers over here, getting this town center back, and doing what you can. But it looks like we're going to be seeing just a little bit of pressure over here with a fortress coming up and the gold colossi. Laior, oh, he doesn't have a temple. Where did temple go? Maybe he got destroyed. Oh, he got killed in the classical age. He needs to rebuild that temple to get that Argus out. Alrighty, so we do see Implode coming down now. So he's going to use the defensive Implode in order to potentially just delay this. Not sure if I like it that much because the Colossus takes no damage. Oh, but the fortress does go down, so it was a nice play. Town Center has gone down for Brickhead, so Laior is incredibly far ahead. This is really well played by Laior. Brickhead, on the other hand, might want to consider going Thor against him. Anyways, we do see that all these fanatics coming out. Hesperus Tree does get cast somewhere. It's in the base. Looks like the defensive Hesperus Tree. You use this Hesperus Tree. It's kind of like a mini monument, so you can't cast God Powers on it, but there's no God Powers to be used anyway, so I guess it's pointless. But you can use a double Hesperus Tree to completely GP block your Titan Gate. You see this Town Center is going to fall. Colossus is doing enough damage. You need to get those heavy Myrmidon just to kill the Town Center. It'd be a little bit quicker, but Town Center does manage to fall. So 3 Town Centers currently down. So it's 2 Town Centers and 1 Town Center. So you have to ask yourself, is Laior's economy too strong right now? And you might have to delete some villages in order to get this location back. But with Dryads coming out, Dryads costing no population. So they're going to do a bunch of damage to everything. They also have, I have no idea what their real stats are. I thought they might do a little bit more damage to the Colossus than they say, but potentially not. We see a watchtower has come up, but that's not gonna be doing too much against the armory of Laior. Brickhead, on the other hand, is finally getting those iron mails up, and he's sitting just under full population. So maybe he wants to think about moving in here and grabbing this town center back. Maybe this town center back. There's so many. Whoa, that range is ridiculous. Look at it. Killing off a fortress from all the way back there. The Petropoli can move in now and potentially kill off these guys because they do so much damage. If you check out, they basically... I don't think that actually hit him with 3 boulders though. Yeah, it did. Okay, so it doesn't do as much damage as I thought, but it will kill off these siege units slowly. It looks like Brickhead's just going to be attempting to move in here as best as he can in order to pick off what Laior has and maybe even come in and take this town center, but there's so many guard towers here that's going to be so difficult. We do see some Manticores out, however, the Hero Arcus are out for Laior, so they're going to be able to pick off these Manticores pretty quickly. That being said, Hypaspis and Heracles coming in and going to be able to push those Hero Arcus back into the base. And now he's going to be spotted and seeing that the town center's coming up. Might want to get a Colossus over there or some other units in order to delay that a little bit. I don't understand 100% why Laior hasn't now moved in and tried to take this town center. Having Barim here and having siege units means you can basically control this just with the boats and grab that town center, and then he'll have the 4 town centers to 1 town center, potentially even 5 town centers to 1. We do see more guard towers going for Laior, so he's going very, very slow with this. He's only got, oh, he's got a couple of villages up here, so he could move it in. He also has 4,000 gold, so definitely more villagers building towers up here than grabbing this town center will be a great idea. That 3rd town center is back up for Laior, so now he's sitting at the 140 of 160 population. Yeah, I think he's playing pretty well. He's just not that efficient, but he's doing everything right, and it's just slow. It's just slow. He's doing everything right. We see the villagers now going to be moving around. Potentially some. I have no idea. I have no idea. Brickhead is in a world of pain right now. Once this underworld goes, which it looks like it's going to go to Fire Siphon, you can't repair these underworlds anymore. There was a glitch that allowed you to repair it, but not anymore. You see the Fire Siphon starting to siphon off the HP of the underworld. Anyways, so that's gonna die. Fire Siphon then gonna move in, pick off a watchtower or two. Fortress is gonna fall. And I can't see it. I can't see it. Looks like Brickhead's gonna have to tap out at some point. I mean, that being said, it is a tournament game, so if you can come in, start harassing this location, pick off all the gold, and then have a little bit of trades, waste all the gold in the bank, pick off this trade route with some towers. Maybe he's got a shot there. I mean, also late game Zeus. If you can get back to late game Zeus, you're gonna be in a good position. But he's got no gold at the moment. Does he have a market? He has one market, and he's spamming market to here, which is unfortunately, when we see how much gold it is, I think it's going to be something like 5 or 6 gold a trip. It's very bad. It's not good. There we go. We're seeing what it is. 6 gold. There we go. 6 gold a trip, and it's a very sad day if you're a donkey caravan. See Brickhead moving into the corner, going to do one of those noob tricks. Try and hide your opponent and be like, well, I'm not resigning, and then they can't find your final units. You're gonna have to win by, yeah, well, oh, he's looking for a gold mine. I get it, okay. If he finds a gold mine, he can keep fighting. But as we always know, if you have no gold, it means you can't build any more military units. If you can't build any more military units, you can't defend yourself. If you can't defend yourself, you'll lose. And Heavy Milo have even spotted these villages that moved over here. He must have seen them. That's a bit of a ballsy call in order to come over there and just check it out. So he must have seen them wander over there. So those villages are going to die, and that's Brickhead's last little trick, I reckon. Everything else is scouted pretty well, so as long as Laior just stares at the minimap, he's going to be fine. This town center is going back up again, so I'm surprised that's managed to happen, but this siege bream should put a stop to it. You can see it goes, and it does. Boom. So much damage. So much damage as a siege bream. Gonna keep that one from going up. Get the breams to pick off the Petropolis, and you get the heavy siege breams to pick off the town center. Fourth town center now up for Laior. Really well played. Man, killing off an expert even on an off roll. There's no easier like mission, but Laior's been around forever, and he's got a few tricks up his sleeve, and he really pulled this game off. And I think Brickhead's strat was so good, but I don't think he executed it right. Like, I really liked the double Minotaur. So there we go. Brickhead does tap out. Sorry for calling it early, but it's like Brickhead just couldn't do it for me. He was like, you've lost. You should resign. There is a lot to be said about staying in a game that you think you can come back from, but with that much point deficit, one town center, you not be out, no control of the water. So even if you get the town center back up, it's going back down by siege bream. You can't defend against it. It's just a bit of a pointless thing to keep in the game. Anyways, Laior played this so well. I loved Brickhead's strat. I think a land push into water is a great idea. Especially if you think your opponent's got a stronger water game than you. Doing a land attack and then transitioning into water, because they're going to overcommit, because they think, oh, he's not going water, so I don't have to build any more ships, I don't have to have any more villages on wood. Then he comes back on water, and then it's even, and then you just have to out micro him, and it's totally cool. But unfortunately for Brickhead, he wasn't able to execute the strategy that well, and unfortunately he lost. Laior played super well, so 1 game for Laior, 0 games for Brickhead. And if you like this game, please remember to rate, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to see my stuff as soon as it comes out. My name is Boit, and I'll see you guys next time.